Welcome to Our English. I am Priscilla Ramcharan here in the United States, and I have a lovely, intelligent guest here from a beautiful place that she will tell you. So, hello and introduce yourself.
Hello. So my name is Alana Kirk-Wilson. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, the beautiful twin isle of Trinidad and Tobago. And about me, I am a student at heart, meaning that I've been studying for all my life. And also I am a Christian and I'm involved in youth ministries and children ministry. I have a heart for young people. So that's me in a nutshell.
And an aspiring author.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
aspiring.
Great introduction. You are where my heart is, Trinidad and Tobago, where I'm originally from as well. So thank God for technology to put us together. Yes.
Yes.
So Alana, I am so happy to have you here. Tell me what motivates you each day to do your work?
Okay, so motivation, it depends on where I'm at. But for the books right now, I actually was doing my master's. This is how the whole book scheme. And I realized that there was a gap with the information as it refers to dyslexia. I also was diagnosed late within my master's program, so that's late. Um, and from that, I realized that there was a lot of information, especially in the Trinidad setting, that was not out in the public.
Mhm.
And I realized how much the research helped me, and I wanted to impact on others as well. So that was the inspiration for my dyslexic book. And
You want to hold
from
it
that,
up?
sure.
That is amazing.
So the name of it is Dyslexia, Sailing Through Life with a Learning Disability. And it's for those with dyslexia, children, parents, and even children. So what it was is that I was not diagnosed, as I said, until later on in life. And it's only now that I am learning and I'm getting to understand it more, I could say, hey, that's why this was like this. That's why I
Mm,
couldn't. That's why I could sit down and read 3 pages and still find like I'm not getting anything.
right.
So because of that, I wanted to share with others. So it's not that the child dance, as we would
No.
say in Trinidad,
Right.
or they don't like books. It's just maybe they have some form of disability, learning disability, and this is what you could look for. So that's my inspiration for my book.
That is
Yes.
so powerful because a lot of people tend to shy away if they're reading and they don't understand, they're not able to absorb the information. Like you say, they automatically characterize themselves as, like you say, dunce or,
Mhm.
incapable. So that's why it's so important, this book that you wrote, to bring awareness to everybody. It's not a bad thing. It's just a different way of learning for each person.
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic. Good for you. I think you're going
Yes.
to make such a big difference in the world, actually. And we'll put the links below so you all can
Yes.
check out Alana's books. That's wonderful.
Fantastic.
I saw you have a couple more there. What
Yes,
else
I
do
have
you
a
have?
couple more here and
That's
they're on
amazing.
Amazon.
Good. You want to show us?
Yes. So I have two more and they are storybooks. As I said earlier, I do ministry with youths
Hmm.
and young people and children. And with uh, COVID, the interaction that I would normally have with them, I didn't have it. We normally have
Mm,
camps, we have Sunday school, we have go out, and it didn't have it. So I felt like this was a way I could communicate with them and a way to
aw.
give back. So this is why the two storybooks. One is about a Trini Christmas experience,
Oh,
and the next one is Backyard. I know you have a similar book.
I was
So
thinking.
yes. Yours is about food, mine is about the chores and everything that you normally do for
Oh,
the week of Christmas. So yeah, so this is where
yay.
the
I can't
storybooks
wait to read
was.
them.
Yes. So they can
Congratulations to
also be
you.
found on Amazon and
Uh-huh.
right now it's in Mohammed's bookstore. So yeah,
Wow. Very
yes.
nice. So we'll link all of that in the description. You can follow Alana along with her journey in teaching us. So I think you are the blessing.
I try to be as I am blessed, I bless others.
Amen to that. That is so lovely. So, what is your inspiration in general to continue promoting your causes, sharing your work, connecting with the youth?
It's all stems from my relationship with God. And I don't want it to sound cliche, but because of that, I have a heart for people. I
Mm-hmm.
have a heart for helping others, sharing with others, making others happy. So as much as I could inspire somebody, as much as I could help somebody um, in their walk of life, I I would do it and in different means. So this is just the books is one way. So that's my inspiration.
Oh,
Sharing love with others. Yeah.
oh, I like that. That might be our title for our video. Very nice. So, what would be your message for our viewers?
Okay. So I will go first with about the disability. A learning disability many times maybe, as we said earlier, I think you said it, it's something that people wouldn't want to own up to or something that people wouldn't want to um, say that they are. But
Mm-hmm.
I believe if we are able to diagnose this early or even know symptoms and know what it looks like, it will be more acceptable and persons will be able to develop from it as
Mm-hmm.
much as there's awareness. So I am for making dyslexia and learning disabilities something that is no longer taboo and
Mm-hmm.
something that's because I don't want to toot my own horn, but I reach master's level, so it's not to say that you can't, you know. So learning disabilities does not mean the be all and end all, and also that let us not neglect our children, even in this time, in this COVID time. I know it's easier for us to put on a phone or an app, but let's still encourage literacy-rich environments where they do a lot of reading as well, and to help them grow in their intelligence. So that's my message.
I love that. I love that. And you mentioned a symptom or signs. Can you give us a little example of one of the more prominent signs that stands out more?
Okay, so most people just know the B for the D and that kind of opposite, the P for the
So
Q,
just flipping the letters
the penny
backwards.
letters.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have things like um, disassociation with the words. So
Mm-hmm.
you may see a word, but call it for something else.
Mm-hmm.
Or your numbers, you may not be able to call your numbers as you see it. Um, it also have some disorder even in things, your daily routine, and especially if you throw it
Mm,
off, it goes array if you don't do
really?
it according to your order. So if you find that, I mean, yes, children are lazy. Yes, we may be lazy and we may not clean up. But if you find that there's something with the disorder and the
Like
order
a
in which
gap.
things are done,
Mm-hmm.
so also, as I said, you're reading and you just find not that you're distracted, not that you're not reading, you're just
Mm-hmm.
reading it. And it's just words you're seeing, you're not making any connections. So
Right.
those are some of the things you can look for. Mhm.
Right. And how early would you say dyslexia shows itself, or is it something that is genetic, or is it something in terms of development? What would you say?
Okay, so some studies say that it is genetic.
Mm,
And for most part, a lot of times when you go back, you realize that, hey, yeah, maybe a family member did have it.
mm,
And it will vary, of course, with the development, but you can see it as early as 5, 6 years old. I
wow.
say 5, 6 because you may see it when they're younger, but because they're still developing,
True.
you may not know for sure, but you could get it about 5, 6 years old.
Interesting, interesting. So what do you do when you reflect now that you are aware of, your maybe your skills or how you have to kind of look at things from a different perspective? How do you feel
Mhm.
looking back in comparison to where you are now?
It's like, oh, that's why I didn't need to beat up myself. I just needed to take some more time.
Right,
So
right.
it's really, because sometimes I feel like I'm doing so much and I still ain't meeting it. But now I could understand and now I could know, okay, I just may have needed some more time to process it. Because
Right.
what I've learned is that even in the States, for example, you will get more time in the exams. So because you take a little longer to process and
Mm,
comprehend what you're
mm-hmm,
reading,
mm-hmm.
you get a little more time in the exams. Because for my exams, I always used to run out of time, like always.
Oh, that's really
So
a good thing
yeah,
to mention. Yeah.
yeah. So I know even here, not everything is still policy, but they move towards if you could show, you could apply for it for I know for sure for common entrance for
Ah,
the
okay.
added time. But how much people know that? That's it.
That's why we have you
But yes.
to
So
spread the
that's
word, help everybody to understand that there's no one way. There are
no.
different learners, even visual, audio, they can
Mhm.
listen and learn, but if you see something, it doesn't process. So it's
Yeah.
really wonderful what you're doing, and I support you 1,000,000%.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. So, what would be one strategy that helped you once you understood what you needed to do to change course?
Okay, so one of the things I do is if something is available audio,
Mhm.
I would play it and read along.
Oh,
So I'm not just reading. And I try now to do less silent reading or mind reading. I try to
uh-huh.
talk, well, say the words as it goes. So there's more registering and um, making a connection. So that's one of the things. Writing down as well,
Hmm.
even though you don't need to come back to it, because many times if I write it, I mean, I need to come back to it, but because
Hmm.
I wrote it, I would remember it. So yeah,
Yes. So you have
yeah,
that eye-hand coordination. That
yes,
is
yes.
amazing. I think what you're doing is so, so, so wonderful. And in
Mhm.
general, everyone is so rushed all the time, rushed to do homework, rushed to read. I think in general, if everybody slowed down just a
Slow
little
down.
bit, they would
Mhm.
absorb more.
Yes, yes.
Wow. This was so valuable. And I thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
sharing. I know I threw in a couple of extra questions,
Yes, that's okay.
but you
That's
did
okay.
well.
That's an opportunity for me to share.
Absolutely. Now, how was your KDP experience being on the island? Because I know there are some little glitches that you can run into.
Yes, so for the KDP, one of the things they are not linked to any bank in Trinidad just yet.
Okay.
So you have to choose by paying by check. Um, Another thing you have to be careful that you do not select a US citizen, because if you do, they would need your information for your tax. And of course you wouldn't have I think it's the TIN number, something like that. So you
Right.
wouldn't be
The
able to,
EIN.
yeah,
Hmm.
to put that. So you just have to be careful to make sure and select your territory And well, if you have a US, like a bank in the US, of course you could use that. But if you don't, you would have to pay by check.
Right. So would you say once you went through the process the first time with KDP, the next time was a little easier?
Yes, I think the only thing that is the most trouble is making sure that your layout is how it's, well, especially for if you want to do paperback. For the Kindle, it doesn't really matter, but for the paperback, you have to make sure that it falls inside of the bleed and, so that's the only thing you have to try and make sure. But outside
And
of that,
sometimes you play with that for so much and
so
then you have to
long.
walk away.
Yeah, I walk away. And I like that you could just save as a draft
Yes.
and come back to it. Because yeah, that could be a bit, because you see, once you format it from the beginning to your size, to reduce it or make it bigger, then everything have to shift now.
Yes.
So yeah.
Have you tried using Kindle Create?
No, I haven't used Kindle.
Oh, you'll have fun with that. Just
Okay.
go into your account and download the Kindle Create for your ebooks.
Okay.
And then if you need help, let me know. We could have a call.
Sure. I would
Yes,
definitely. Yeah.
that is so amazing. I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy to meet
Thank you so
you.
much. Thank you.
Congratulations. You're
Nice to meet
welcome.
you as well. And thanks for the
Yes.
opportunity to come on your channel. I
Thank
appreciate
you for making time for me. You're busy here, there, and
it.
everywhere. It's so hard to catch you. But before you go, your illustrations are so beautiful. Do you have an illustrator or do you illustrate?
No, I just come up with the ideas and I actually got an illustrator off of
Ooh.
Fiverr. I was
Ah,
looking for a local, but because I wanted it at local, meaning Trinidadian,
right.
because I wanted it in such a short period, most of them were already booked and I couldn't get it within the time. So
Ah,
I went on Fiverr and I got somebody. Yeah.
nice. Well, good for you. Sometimes when you want something to happen, you have to go after it and make it happen yourself.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. So I
nice.
gave
Well,
them the ideas and they worked with it.
they did really well. Really
Thank you.
well. Good. So please come back and join us again.
No, I would. I
Tell
would
us how your
definitely
books are
do so.
doing, if you're getting any feedback, and I will definitely let you know if I get any feedback.
Okay. All right. So
Have a
thank you so
happy
much.
Valentine's Day. Yes.
Yes,
Big
the
hugs
love
to
time.
you.
Yes, well, we can't hug, even if you're here
I
with this
know.
whole
Air hugs.
COVID. But yes, so thank you and all the
Stay
best to you
safe.
as well.
Say
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.